Hey everyone, hello, hope you're all well. My name is Amina and I can finally say this, I am the founder of The Page Doctor. This is something that I've been working on for the past couple of years, definitely not an overnight thing. I've been thinking about it, working on it, trialing it out for so many years now, ever since I started my channel like 4 years ago. It's always been a dream of mine to start something that's my own and to build my own platform, and I've finally been able to do that. And Page Doctor is your go-to website for all things academia. No matter what it is that you need, any academic service, you can come to us at thepagedoctor.com and submit a request for whatever service it is that you require. So this could be proofreading, it could be Fiverr prep, interview prep. There's so many different things now. So I'm going to leave some timestamps down below for this video because it's going to be a bit long. I'm going to go through the backstory and sort of how I came about the Page Doctor, and then I'm going to answer some FAQs. So I really hope that you guys are happy for me, and this has only come about from my YouTube channel. I mean, it really wouldn't have come about without it. I did try launching something similar before I started YouTube, but I didn't have a platform that I have now, and so it was really difficult to gain an audience, to gain customers and clients. But now that I have an amazing support system here on YouTube and on my social media, on Instagram and even on Twitter, I feel like this is a great way to be able to give back. So just a bit of backstory. I'm very much a go-getter. I'm very much sort of an outdoorsy person. Like, I'm not at home very much until now, but I'm not at home very much. I'm always sort of on the weekends. I'm always going out, meeting friends, discovering new places. I always have tried to fall in love with London again and again. I mean, this is where you live, so you might as well love it, even if it is grey and dark all the time. So I've always been that kind of person. And I think COVID has really sort of put a massive break on things. And it's been a really difficult year for a lot of people, and I do appreciate that. And it's been difficult for me as well, especially trying to, I was pregnant, and it was quite scary and at the start, and didn't really know what to expect and what this virus meant for a pregnant woman and for an unborn child, and then going to hospital at the peak of the virus and not being able to have my husband or anyone with me during labor until the very end. And it was all just a very scary time. I always knew that I wanted to have a family one day, but I also was very career driven, and I kind of knew that if I had to sacrifice work, if I had to stay at home and be a full-time mother, then that's what I'd have to do. Like, I always knew that that was an option, and I always knew that that was something that I'd be more than happy to do. But I always also knew that I wanted to go for something. I wanted to have a career, and I wanted to have that sort of my own thing, my own job, my own profession, my own work that's separate from, being a mum, which is a very different thing. And I think the more that I kind of looked into it, the more I thought, actually, it would be great to have my own thing. I don't know anyone else that has a business. I don't know anyone that does things differently. I'm the eldest from my cousins. I'm the eldest from my siblings. And this is the only way that I know is you go to work and you send your child to nursery, and that's it. And that's all that I know, and that's sort of what I expected to do. And so I started a YouTube channel, and when I started my channel, it had nothing to do with business. Like, it was purely just, I was watching vloggers, I was traveling a lot, and so I just thought I just want to vlog as well. And that was purely how it started. And then it kind of snowballed into this education thing. You guys were asking me about PhDs and about, like, about education and how to get into these programs, and I was helping you guys out, and that's sort of how I ended up doing this channel, what it is now. And I absolutely love it. I love that my channel is a platform that's wholesome, a platform that's really giving you guys sustenance and really being able to educate you guys and help you guys get to where it is that you want to get to. It's a lot deeper than the surface level stuff, and I love that about my channel. Like, I love that I'm proud of it. I love that it will leave a legacy, and I love that it's informative and it's applicable to all, like anyone. If you're 50 years old and going back to education, or if you're an 18-year-old looking to get into university, my channel is here for you, and that's what I absolutely love about my channel. And so slowly by slowly, you guys started asking me for help. I started getting requests for, can you look at my essay? Can you look at my application? Can you look at my personal statement? Things like that. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And I would take a look at these things, and for free, for no cost. And then slowly by slowly, those requests started getting more and more, and it got to the point where I was ignoring the requests because I was like, I actually can't do it, and I can't say no, so I would just ignore it. But I felt bad doing that. Like, I felt like I know that I can help you, but I also don't want to charge. I felt wrong. Like, I just felt wrong charging. That wasn't in my mind. So initially I was like, okay, fine, if I'm gonna do this properly, I do have to charge, but it would be a very small amount. So I was asking for a very tiny amount, considering how much time I was spending into it, just to make myself feel better about doing it and making myself, like, just formalizing the process. And then I was speaking to friends and they were like, look, like, you can launch your own business. You can monetize on this. You have the skill, you have the experience, so why not monetize on it? So then I started charging. Then I started an actual small business. I left my email address in the bio of all my videos, but I didn't really mention it. I think I mentioned it once or twice maybe, but I never really mentioned it. So if you looked at my bio, then you would have emailed me, and I had so many requests. I have edited, could I say 1,000? Hundreds, definitely hundreds. I've edited hundreds of work in the past year and a half. I've edited theses, PhD theses, I've edited posters, presentations, like you name it, from every different field, law, nursing, midwifery, like I can't even, architecture, like some interesting topics, I've edited those pieces of work. And then eventually, like, obviously I got pregnant and I had a baby, and it's just something that I can't do anymore with my own time. Like, I cannot spend the whole morning and the whole evening editing work. It's just not feasible anymore. And so I decided to launch it as an actual, like, sort of small business, formalize it and sort of take it away from being me as a focal point. Hey guys, this is Amina in the future. I'm going to interject quickly to say some things I completely forgot to mention, but I realized that a lot of YouTubers, when they get a lot bigger, they start to release merch, and for me, like, merch was something that I didn't really want to dabble in. I didn't really feel like I would buy my own merch. Like, would I really buy a jumper or a sock that said my name on it? Like, realistically, no. And I've never bought merch from any other YouTuber either, no matter how much I support them. It just isn't something that I personally want to spend my money on, just because I find it a little bit pointless, personally, my opinion. I really wanted to deliver something of value, and I wanted to provide you guys with something that is not just something with my name on it or with my logo or like a quote on it, but actually something that you guys could support me with, but also gain something for yourself. And in this case, this was what the Page Doctor did. Like, it's obviously a business for me, it's obviously a business venture that's going to be, of course, like, financially rewarding, hopefully, but it's also for you guys a way of supporting me, and also a way to get your work proofread. So at the end of it, we both win, and that was what I wanted. Like, I never really wanted to do the whole merch thing. Like, I did toy the idea. I think it's like there really isn't any point of merch apart from financially. Like, there's no benefit that a YouTuber gains by having you wear a t-shirt with their name on it. Like, really, there isn't. But this way, with this proofreading and this editing and this, like, academic consultancy, I'm staying on brand, and I love that. I love that about the Page Doctor, and I love that that's what I've been able to generate. So yeah, I thought I would just interject and say that over here. My husband and I came up with a different name, and we just didn't like it, so we sat on it for a whole year. So I started designing the website a year ago, and I was adamant that I was going to be the one that designed this website. Like, it has to be me. I'm not paying anyone. No one that it has to be me. I don't know why, but I was so adamant on it, which is why it took so long. It took a year to edit, like, to design a 3-page or 4-page website, which is crazy. I'm sure anyone that's out there that develops websites and things like that know that you can't just sit there for an hour. Like, you need a dedicated amount of time. So I didn't really have that anymore, and so it took so long to get it out there. So I designed it, and then we hated the name after that. And then the past, like, I think a month ago, we were like thinking about different names, and then we came up with the Page Doctor, and I'm so happy with it. I love what it means. Like, I love that you're giving me your pages, you're giving me your work, you're giving me your words, and we're giving it back to you in a better health, in a better quality, in a better design than what you gave it to us, and we're essentially fixing it for you. So moving on to the FAQs, the first question is, what are the services and the prices? So the first one is proofreading and feedback, and this is £28 per 1,000 words. And this is actually a very unique service. This is a service that is, I haven't actually seen it being done before. So it's proofreading, where obviously it's a full English proofread for all your English grammar, spelling, everything. And then we give you feedback as well. So you will give us your mark scheme, your essay rubric, your essay notes, your brief, whatever it is that you want to provide us with. Give that to us, and we will assess that against your work. So we'll give you tips on how to get to a first. We'll give you tips on how to maybe increase the quality of your work based on your mark scheme, but also give you feedback more generally. So how maybe you've missed out a definition, or your structure, or your content, or whatever it is about your work that needs to be improved. We want to teach you, and the whole point is from my experience in the past year of proofreading, I didn't like the fact that I simply proofread your work and I give back to you. I didn't like that. I liked it when I wrote comments in the side saying you need to structure this a bit differently because right now it's a bit sloppy, or and this is how you do it. Or I'd suggest that you add more critical discussion because that's where the higher grades come from, and this is the kind of discussion that you could add. Or you haven't defined this here, and so defining it here is really important because. And so what happens is, as a result of that feedback, you're going away and you're actually learning how to improve for next time. And so you might not even need me next time, or you might learn how to do it better, and so your first draft will always be better than what it was last time. And so this is our sort of USP, this is our unique selling point, the fact that we are actually giving you tailored feedback for your work based on, firstly, our experience as PhDs, so it's really high level understanding and a really high level learning, but also experience from your mark scheme and giving that tailored feedback, because all assignments require something slightly different. And then we've got university applications, so this will be, personal statements, statement of purpose, things like that. So it's £55 for approximately a page. So if it's more than a page, if it's like 2 pages, then it'll be double that, but it's £55 for about a page. Got CV check, so this is where we'll check your CV, and you can actually send us a link to the kind of jobs you're applying for, and so we'll take a look at the jobs and make sure that your CV is tailored for that specific job. And again, this is also £55. And then you've got your poster review and also a presentation review. So this is where you might have designed an A0 poster and you want to submit this to your university, and you want to make sure that it's proofread, or the structure looks good, or content is good. This is £75 and it's up to A0. So it's quite big, and we'll take a look at it, fully proofread it, make sure that your structure, make sure that the amount of words that you have on the page, because a poster is another method of communicating research, so it's really important that it does look good, and it's important that it is of a quality that is attractive to the person that's going to be looking at it. And then you have other consulting services. So this is going to be with me. This is a 1 hour consulting service. So it's £100 for the hour. And what I tend to do during these hours is we will normally plan your assignment. So you might come to me with your assignment question, you'll send me your brief, I'll take a look at it, we'll plan your structure completely, we'll take a look for some literature, we'll search online for some literature on databases, and you'll go away with a complete plan and a complete structure for what you need to include for you. I've also done Viva preparations for this, so if you have your PhD Viva coming up, we can prepare for it during the hour as well. So I tend to do either a mock interview, or we can go through the questions and talk about best practice for each of the questions that you might be asked. The same thing for an interview prep, whatever it is. So this is an hour that you get with me to for consulting for whatever it is that you want to do. And then the last one is mentorship with me, and this is a one-to-one program, very intense program with me for the whole academic year. There's only a couple slots left. I already have a couple students with me, and it's very intense, so it takes a lot of my time, and I can't have loads and loads of you guys on board as much as I'd love to. I have a couple slots left, so if you are interested, then do get in contact with me. As I said earlier, I simply cannot edit all the work myself. I'd love to, but I just can't. I've hired an amazing team of page doctor editors, amazing team. They're either PhD students almost completing, or they are PhD holders, so the postdocs, and they are super strong in their proofreading. I've tested them all, I've given them feedback, I've had to drop some if I didn't feel like the quality was good enough. My standard is, the reason why it took so long to do this is because I couldn't fathom the fact that I had to give work to someone else in my name. Like, I had to give work, the fact that I had to give work to someone else to do. I didn't feel like anyone would do it at the quality that I did it at, which obviously is very wrong to think, but that's just how good I feel like my proofreading was. And so I had to really vet my proofreaders, and I've got an amazing team, and like I said, I would never hire anyone without ensuring that they were at the standard that I expect. And every time they give me back work, I take a look at it. They're a very strong team, and I'm really excited that they will be editing your work alongside myself. Me again. I'm realizing that I forgot a lot of things. So what I wanted to say was also, my team are
females or only, and this wasn't by choice. Like I didn't only select females. I had some male applicants as well, but they just didn't make the cut at all. I've just found that the people that I chose were the best and were the most rigorous when it came to editing. And not only that, like I'm so proud of my female team, but secondly, we have a very diverse team. So I've got people from all over the world. Of course, we all speak like native English, otherwise you wouldn't be able to be a proofreader. But I love the fact that it's a very inclusive and a very diverse team, and it's something that you very rarely see when it comes to proofreading teams. I challenge you right now, just type proofreading companies and look at the page of editors. You will see what I mean when I say that diversity and inclusion isn't really a thing when it comes to proofreading. And that's why I found myself sort of feeling a little bit left out and a little bit like, where's the space for us? Like, where's the space for someone that looks like me when it comes to proofreading? So yeah, I thought that was something that you guys should know. Like, our team is diverse. Our team, the one thing I guess that brings us all together is our passion for education, our passion for studying, our passion for research, our passion for PhD, our passion for I guess proofreading in general. But apart from that, like, we have such a wide cultural mix, and I've actually told them, like, I mean, the situation right now means that we can't really meet up like that, but I actually told them that in the future I would love to meet up with them and have like a little lunch and just get to know them all personally, just to find out a bit about them and their background and stuff. So yeah, again, I just thought that was something that you guys would like to know.
What makes us different? Why wouldn't you just go to another proofreading company? As I mentioned earlier, you get this tailored feedback. Firstly, we're all PhDs, so we know what we're talking about when it comes to academic writing. So we are tailored. We don't just take an assignment, correct some spelling mistakes, correct the paragraphing, correct some font size, and give it back to you, make you feel happy about that. No. When you get work back from us, you will see comments going down the page, just lots of feedback comments going down the page. You also see so much red on the page where we've made changes. Really excited that that's something that we can offer you. Can you guarantee a grade? No, we can't, and I don't think any company can guarantee you your grade. We can give you suggestions, we can give you feedback, we can suggest where you might sit on your mark scheme, but we cannot give you a grade. It's not possible. We're not marking it for you. We are not your lecturers, we are not your professors. We also don't know your content. Even if you give me a biology based piece of work, I don't know every single thing of biology, so I don't know whether your content is accurate. But we can, as proofreaders, we can kind of get the gist of what you're saying and whether it sounds right or sounds wrong, so we can suggest things to you, but we definitely cannot guarantee a certain grade, and it'd be very wrong for us to anyway. What subjects do you accept? We accept everything. Like I said, I've marked work from every corner of the academic sphere, everything, anything and everything. As a proofreader, you have the sixth sense for how things should sound, whether things sound right, whether the content sounds okay, how to write things more academically, how to structure things, but we don't need to know the topic itself. And actually, I would argue that it's better that we don't know the topic, because it means that we're looking from the outside. And what happens is, this means that I'll ask questions that you might not have thought about because I don't necessarily know the content. So it makes your essay sound a lot stronger, it makes your work sound a lot stronger, because you should really be writing for an audience that isn't necessarily the expert in your field. Lastly, do we write essays? No, we do not. I get this question asked all the time. I'll pay you this much money. Do you write? No. Morally, ethically, it's wrong. I would not recommend you to try to find someone that will do that for you. I would never write someone's essay for them. Never, no matter how much you pay me. It's a very lucrative service, but I would never offer that. It's completely against all university guidelines, so I definitely would not recommend you doing that, and we definitely do not offer that in any way. I hope that was informative. I hope that answered the questions. Please leave me any questions down below if you have any others that you want me to answer. I think I've covered the most important ones, and do check out the website. I'm so proud of it. I'm so happy that I was able to build this platform myself. Do support as well. We are a small business, and We are small business, and it's something, like I said, that I really want to make this into my thing. I really want to make this into a business that's fruitful and successful in every way possible. Whatever it is that you want to achieve, you can get there with the help of us. I would absolutely love it if you could subscribe to my channel to see more from me. Next year is going to be an amazing one. I have so much exciting news. I can't even like contain myself for what's coming up in the next couple of weeks and months. Stay here on this journey with me, and almost 100k as well. I think I've got like 1,000 something left now, which is so exciting. Please share the page doctor with any friends that you think might require or want to book us for a proofreading or editing service, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.